Namaste, good morning. Thank you for joining this practice today. Please practice, as always, according to your abilities and your experience and your comfort level. Please remember the practice is an offering. And so if you imagine that all beings are experiencing this through you, this will be a cue to practice with mindfulness and consciousness. So let's begin. Close the eyes, bring your attention inward. At the moment of creation, God became part of all living beings everywhere. This divine essence is equally present in all beings everywhere. Attune your mind to the supreme divine consciousness that is within and all around us. May all beings everywhere be happy and free from suffering and enjoy this practice through our senses. May we always have a strong desire for the knowledge that liberates us from pain and suffering. And may we cherish no ill feelings against each other. Only ever peace, love, joy, and compassion. Om Shanti, 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 peace, peace, peace. We find the following words also in the Bhagavad Gita. Knowledge is better than practice. Meditation is better than knowledge. Renunciation of the fruits of action is better than meditation. Peace immediately follows such renunciation. So let's put that into practice today. Renounce all the fruits. Imagine this as your divine obligation to all beings everywhere. Let's start off with spiritual breathing to connect with the divine, the divinity within. Bring your arms up from the fingertips. Inhale down everything you need through the arms right into spiritual heart. The direct path to God through the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold the attention at the breath at the heart. The spiritual heart where God resides. 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale up to the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, inhale, pull in everything you need. Imagine yourself being flooded. It's coming right through the arms into the heart. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, hold the attention and the breath at the heart. Keep everything that you pulled in there. 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale out to the arms again. Just the breath leaves. Everything you pulled in stays within. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One last time. Inhale, attract everything you need down through the arms into the spiritual heart. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold it again in the spiritual heart. Hold the breath there. Exhale out to the arms. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring the arms down now. So let's chant the Bijam mantras, the seed mantras. There's one associated with each of the energy centers of consciousness all along the main second channel, which we call the Sushumna Nadi. So there's 7 of them. We start at the root and imagine that you're opening up the gate to allow the eventual pass of the energy from the base of the spine up to the crown. And in order for once the energy reaches the crown, it's said that it might trigger divine bliss. But in order for that path to even begin, that ascent to begin, we have to be fully established in the ethical rules. First and foremost, ahimsa, the act of being compassionate to all beings everywhere, acting in a way that doesn't bring about pain and suffering to all beings, including ourselves. So we're starting at the base of the spine and concentrate on the color that's associated with there too. That also helps to focus the mind. So starting at the base of the spine, the Muladhara chakra, the color is red. Repeat after me. 2 sets of 7 tones. Lam, 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 lam. Repeat. Lam, 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 lam. Repeat. Go up to the next one, Svadhisthana, located in the sacral area where the reproductive organs are, roughly in that area. Color is orange. Vam, 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 vam. Your turn. Vam, 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 vam. Next is a navel, Manikura. The color is yellow, source of your internal power. Ram, 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 ram. Ram, 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 ram. And then the heart, Anahata. Color is green. Yum, 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 yum. Repeat. Yum, 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 yum. Now the base of throat, the color is blue. We call it the Shuddha in Sanskrit. Hum, 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 hum. Repeat. Hum, 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 hum. Next, the third eye, Anya. Color is indigo. Om, 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 om. Repeat. Om, 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 om. Finding the crown, Sahasrara. The color is violet. One long sustained Om. Just allow the sound to ride the breath. Let's do one more. Imagine the sound reaching all beings. Take a moment to observe the state of the body, the mind, and the emotions. And continue to be the witness throughout the practice. When you tap into the eternal witness within, you lose the identification of, eventually with the ego. You lose identification with the body, the mind, and the emotions. All of which, when you identify that, that's an impediment to realizing your true self. So now, through the practice, we are able to gain the ability to lose the identification with that, with the body, the mind, and the emotions. Remember the true self, the true nature of the self is infinite, immutable, and stainless, ultimately the same as God's. And through the practice, we cultivate compassion by seeing ourselves in forms for one thing, and then ultimately finding the divine within each and every form. Remember, God is equally present in all beings. That's the way God manifests in this universe, through the forms. So let's celebrate each and every one of them through the practice. Come to standing. We will begin with some warm-ups. These warm-ups are done in order to help to produce heat, which helps to remove the impurities, or to promote the release of impurities. So let me just a little bit. Okay. So the first one, we're imagining we're just trying to get all impurities out of the organs. So the technique is we're taking a deep breath in, exhale coming down,
Empty your lungs. You have to relax the belly muscles in order for them to move. You just imagine you pump the belly button in and out as fast as you can. As you're doing this, you're shaking all the impurities out of the organs. Do at least 50 times if you can. Now keep holding the breath out. Push the belly button in front of the spine, hollow the area underneath the rib basket should become very thin. And then pull your breath up. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, relax. So now you know the technique. We'll do it one more time. And you can go at your own. When you have to breathe, then you can pull the belly button from the spine. Imagine pushing the heart between your shoulder blades, and you're trying to push the belly button right to the lower back. Okay, so take a deep breath in again. Exhale, come down. Empty lungs again. Keep the lungs empty. Relax the belly muscles and start again to make the belly jump. Again, inhale until ready. Pull the belly button from the spine. Hold the breath. Or keep holding the breath out. And release. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. So, before you do the practice, this kind of practice, it's good to drink some water, lemon water, especially warm water, and you just try to slush everything around. This helps you, again, just move everything around and encourage good digestion. Okay, so let's continue with other exercises now to move the joints. As Dharmaji says, move the joints every day, or move the body every day, otherwise you end up in big trouble. Hands on the hips. Start with the head circles, the ears, the shoulders, the chin to the chest, the back to the top of the back. Do the exercises, these exercises with vigor, enthusiasm. And then go in the opposite direction, modify as you need to. If you can't do all the repetitions, then just do as many as you can. Good. Now, inhale, stick the arms up over the head. Exhale, back down. Imagine the eternal witness. The supreme witness is within, watching everything. So make it as beautiful as possible to make the best offering possible. Now inhale straight up with the arms. Exhale, pull the arms down. Forward now, inhale. Exhale. Snap the hands back to the shoulders. Next, arms swing back and forth. Try to throw the arms behind the ears. Good. Next, arms across the chest. Inhale. Exhale, swing them back. Alternate across each time the arms come across the chest. Next one. Arms up over the head. Inhale. Exhale, toss the body down. Allow the belly to hit the thighs. You can bend the knees as you come down as well. And just stay down for a moment to let the body stop shaking and bouncing. And then roll your way up. Good. Next one. Arms up over the head. Inhale. Drop down into squat. If you can't go down all the way, just come down as far as you can. Be mindful of your knees. Next one. Take hold of the opposite elbows, open up the feet a little bit more so the edges of the feet in line with the edges of the mat. Throw the body from side to side. If you know Kapalabhati, you can do that. So you're just breathing out as you twist all the way to one side. The inhale happens in the center, massively. Throw your head all the way around. And then release. Come back in the center. Next one. 4 movements. Again, there's a squat in it, so again, practice according to your abilities. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, down. Inhale if you like. Jump up, or just lift your heels if you like. Okay, so, and back down on the exhale. Be like a child. And if you stay in the mindset of a child, you'll always be blissful. Spring up. Good. And then next one. Arms in front of the body, the height of the shoulders. Inhale, spin the arms backwards to the front. Exhale, pull in and punch right back out. Feel as though the arms were spring-loaded. Next one, the same movement, but you're going a full circle and a quarter. The arms by the sides of the body. Inhale, circle around to the front. Exhale, pull in and drop the arms back down immediately. Good. If you have any shoulder limitations or any kind of limitations in any exercises, you can choose your own or think of your own exercises. Okay, the idea is just move the joints in every which way possible if you can. The hands underneath your shoulders now, cat-cow. Inhale, arch the back. Exhale, round the back, tuck the chin in. Inhale, stretch the body skin. Exhale, stretch the back skin. Inhale. Tussle the trunk out of the hips, the neck out of the shoulders. Exhale. Stay long through the spine. Inhale. Exhale. Try and move in a way that doesn't form any kinks at either end of the spine. The lower back or the back of the neck. Try to keep those areas smooth and free of wrinkles. Inhale. Exhale. When you bring the chin into the chest, try not to cut off the air completely. Keep the prana flowing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Stretch the front of the body. Exhale. Back body. Feel the shoulder blades falling away from one another. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And one more. Inhale. And exhale. All right, next one. For the hips, raise the right leg up and swing out to the right and throw it back up there again on the inhale. You can modify the movement by slowing it down and keep your knee bent also if you need to. Be more flexible, try to get your foot right over your head. And then the other leg, left leg up, inhale, throw it out to the left and swing it back up. Good, and then release. So now we're going to come onto the belly, the cushion. Sometimes it helps to have a blanket or a cushion underneath the body.
underneath the belly, so the edges are cushion at the top of the legs, so the hips don't grind down as much in the mat. Okay, so now arms behind the back. This is to work the upper back muscles in the core. So as you come up, you squeeze your heels, your palms together, press into your hips and the tops of the feet to come up, and down. Inhale, exhale, continue. Up, down, 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 up, down. One more, let's hold it this one. Up, and down. Relax, breathe in, and breathe out. For the next one, you have a few options. Bend your knees up, so you can just lift the thighs if you like, or you can lift your arms like this. If you can take hold of your ankles, asana, and come in and out of it. Or you can roll onto one side and then pull your heels in towards the seat and push them out away from your body. So a few different options. Go according to your condition. So up, inhale, exhale, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Try to get your feet higher each time. Up, kick it into your legs, into your hands. Up, down, 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 up, and hold it and just shake a little bit. And down. Release, forehead and hands, breathe in. Breathe out all fatigue. So now we're going to move back into child's pose. Sometimes when you're starting out in the practice, if you're not used to practicing in the morning, it might take a little while for you to get used to, accustomed to moving in the morning. So just be kind to yourself and just take the time to just get used to the movements, and then the body will move more efficiently. So now inhale, come up into high cat. Exhale, drop your hips to your hands, chest forward, shoulders back. Back up into high cat. Exhale, all the way back, seat behind your heels. Inhale, come up. Forward, really push the chest forward away from the seat. Create space in the lower back. Up, inhale. Exhale, seat behind the heels. Come up, rounding. Flexing the spine. Back to rounding again. And all the way back, flattening and lengthening. Inhale, up. Exhale, forward. Toss the neck out of the shoulders so you can take your head back. Otherwise, if your neck's all jammed up between your shoulders and the ears, you won't be able to move your head back. And all the way back to the seat. Inhale, come up. And forward, press into your hands. Good, drop your shoulders. Inhale, back up. Into high cat. Exhale, all the way back. Up. Forward. Up. And back. And if you have to modify, just, take it a little bit bent. Keep your elbows bent. Inhale, back up. And back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Move gracefully. Inhale. Watch your body moving in your mind. And forward. Up. And back. Inhale. Keep
visualizing yourself in a practice you're trying to attain. And with constant repetition, with adherence to ethical rules especially, and with anger determination, all is possible. Up and forward. Up and back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And one more. Inhale. Propel yourself up and forward. The chest open in every sense. Inhale back up. And the seat behind the heels. And then rest here in child's pose. Breathe in. And breathe out. Relax everything. Next one, we're going to hold the cobra once we get into it. So there's a couple of different entries. If you find it hard to glide, the modification is you come into baby plank, just as we're sort of what we're doing. And then the hips to hands and just roll your head back. That's entry number one. If you like, you can also drag your body between your arms. Pull with the hands. Come forward, then hold the cobra, hold the breath. Keep your shoulders down, remember. And back, exhale. Glide forward. Pull the elbows inside the body, turn the fingers out. And this might help you to go through the arms. And back, or between the arms. Come forward, imagine trying to pull the floor towards you. This, again, will help propel the body forward with more ease and power. And back, exhale. Imagine you're a snake, creeping through the grass. Then uncoiling majestically. See it in your mind, the form, and try to put yourself in the body of the snake. Imagine you have a boundless range of motion. Come forward again. Push the nose to the ground. And then take the head all the way back. Try to get back the head over your seat. And back, exhale. Inhale, come forward. And when you hold the breath, everything stops. All the mind activity, the body moves and emotions as though they're frozen. Back, exhale. This time you want to incorporate a little bit more of the joints. Press into your fingertips. Push hard with the fingertips. Lift your feet up. Try to touch your toes to the head. And back. Don't worry if you can't. Just do your best. It's the effort that's more important. Come forward. Take your hips right to your hands if you can. Or right behind your hands. Imagine squeezing socks behind the knees. And back. Come forward again. Hold the breath, hold the pose. You can elongate the trunk from the tops of the legs all the way up, the body's up off the ground. And back, exhale. Inhale. Hold the breath, hold the pose. The knees are open, spread a little bit. And back, exhale. Inhale, come forward. So in that stillness in the mind that we find the ability to concentrate. The stillness of the body helps to bring the quietness to the mind. And back. Eventually the mind can stay quiet regardless of whatever the body is doing. Again, being the mind to the witness who is actionless, who is unaffected, unchanging, and stainless. Back in the child's pose, breathe in, and breathe out, relax. Good, so now we're going to come forward. Actually, let's work on our core and our thighs a little bit. Anchor down through the shins here, the tops of the feet. So either variations, take your hands across the chest and the thighs, or maybe on the seat, push in the seat, pull down, and come back up. So you can start off with just not going back too far, and then bit by bit you might be able to go down further. Take a deep breath in, hold the breath, go back, come back up, exhale. If you're stronger, you can take your arms above the head or cactus your arms. Really press down into your shins. Roll the thighs inwards. Soon you'll be able to maybe touch the fingers to the ground behind your head. come down as flat as possible, like you're bored. Hinging at the knees. If you get tired, you can stop whenever you need to. One more. Dharma sometimes says one more. Sometimes it just keeps going to keep us motivated. Good, last one. Up, down on you, and come back up. Child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. And roll your way back up. Take your legs out from underneath. Lie on your back. Okay, so we're going to do tucks now. Arms up over the head. Inhale, stretch. Exhale. Bring your knees to the shoulders to the knees. Chin between your knees. Inhale. Tuck as tight as you can. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull in. Squeeze tight. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Same exercise, but this time breathing different. Hold the breath now. Try to get your knees again right to the shoulders. If you need to, you squeeze your arms against your elbows against the knees, outside knees, hands one in front of the other. Exhale. If you can't touch your forehead to your hands, no worries. Just keep your mind regardless on the space to your eyebrows when you hold the breath. Release. Try to attract all the attention to the space to your eyebrows. Inhale. Hold the breath and tuck. Very tight. Everything stops again. All the body movements, the emotions, and the mind activity frozen. Inhale, stretch. Hold and tuck. Breathe out. Inhale, stretch. Hold the breath and tuck. Break the pose, exhale. Inhale. Hold. Release, exhale. Inhale, stretch. Hold and tuck. Break. Inhale. Tuck. Release. One last time. Inhale, stretch. Then hold. The pose. The tuck. Release. So just flop on the ground. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Imagine you fainted. Let go of all fatigue. Imagine you just dropped it right out of the body. Next one, rolling on your back a little bit so you can take your body into a tuck. Hold back to the knees and roll up and down if you like, or back and forth. If you have more strength, you can bring your arms all the way behind the head, arms go over your head, the legs come down, all the way down. Once heels are down, so you can sit up without lifting your heels and drape your body over the legs. So again, according to your strength and your abilities, go ahead. If you have the full pose, try to make it, or do full sequence. Try to keep your legs and arms straight all throughout. If you need the momentum to sit up, you can just start sitting up even before the feet come down. So always different modifications you can do. Just do your best. That's the most important thing. one. And roll back. Get ready to come into boat pose. So roll up. You can keep your knees bent if you like. If you can, keep your legs straight. Arms out to the sides of the body. Breathe very fast to the nose. Bring your head back. Bring your feet down 10 inches apart. Fingers facing away from you. Bench pose. Push your hips up. If it's too much for your wrist, keep your seat down. Just lift your head, just bring your head back and lift your chest. So if you can do the bench pose, go ahead. Try to keep your hips, your knees, and your shoulders in the same line. Your chest is higher than your shoulders. The head goes back. Again, make the belly jump. Breathe through the nose. Lower the seat down. Take hold of the knees here. Take a deep breath in. Hold the breath. Everything stops again. Chin on your chest. Contract the buttocks. Push the belly button into the front of the spine for the glute lock. Tongue to mouth on the teeth. And slowly release with control. Try not to allow the breath to explode out of the body. But now we're going to continue with Surya Namaskar. Come to the front of the mat. Come to the front of the mat, hands to the heart. Remember to keep offering up the practice. Everything you do is done as divine act of love and devotion. So let's raise your arms up overhead, arch back. Fold the body down. Bend your knees if you need to. Bring your hands on the ground. The right foot back, lower down the knee, drop down to the seat. Come into the high plank. Ashtanga Namaskar, knees, chest, forehead down. So right between your arms. Lift your hips and knees away from the ground if you can. Charge your legs, upward facing dog. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Lift your seat, allow the head to go back down. The right foot forward to the hands. If that's a difficult transition, lower the left knee down. Use the right hand to push the foot forward. Having the feet together, Uttanasana, chest on the thighs, head down. Come all the way up, engage the buttocks as you lean back. And the upper back muscles, hands to the heart. Go up and back. Stretch the whole front of the body. Come all the way down, Uttanasana. Left foot goes back. Push the shoulders back, chest wide. Into the high plank, Ashtanga Namaskar. Come right through. We did this in our warm-ups. Push the hips up, away from the ground, the legs as well. Charge the legs. Back into a downward facing dog. If you can get your head down to the ground. Left foot forward. Feet together, Uttanasana. Balance the legs. Come all the way up, arch back. And then come back home. Go up and back. Stretch the whole front of the body. Come down. Don't worry about the breath. Just move the body. The breath will follow and deliver more power and ease the movements. Right foot back into the high plank. Knees, chest, forehead down. Right through between your arms. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Melt the heart. Curve the back body. Look like a dog stretching its back. Stay here for a moment. Balance. Work the shoulders. Try not to bend your arms. Good. If it's too much, stay in mountain pose. So don't have to, if you don't have a lot of back mobility, just keep pushing away the ground, the floor with your hands. Try to get a little bit down in the heart if you can. Good. Then the right foot comes forward to the hands. Feet together, Uttanasana. Come right foot standing, reach up and back. And back home, Anamasana. Keep going. Raise your arms up. Go forward and down. Left foot back. Into the plank. Down we go. Stay in upward facing dog this time. If you want, you can bend your toes under. Here, pulse a little bit. Push your hips forward, the chest up, the head back. Look like a dog howling at the moon. Create the image in your mind. You're trying to realize it with your body. Now again, push into your hands. Downward facing dog. Try to get your body steep like a slide at the top, shallow at the bottom. And then just try to reflect the loyalty of the dog to its master in this pose. An expression of humbleness. Good. Now the left foot comes to the hands. Feet together, Uttanasana. Bow to the legs. A gesture of humbleness. Come right up to standing.
reach up and back, hands back to the heart. Every movement, every posture has its own consciousness. Tap into it. Open yourself up to divine grace here. Folding down, bowing down with own humbleness. The right foot back, drop down to the seat, into the high plank. So this one, if you like, you can bring your seat all the way back. And instead of dropping your legs to the ground, pull the elbows into the sides of the body, push with your fingertips, the base of the fingers, and right into upward facing dog. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Of course, according to your strength and your shoulders, make sure you're mindful of your shoulders. So right foot forward, the feet back together, Uttanasana. Come right up and back. Come home. Always going back to source divine love. Reach up and come down. Infuse all the movements with devotion and love. Left foot back into the plank. Again, you can do that entry with your seat all the way back and see if you can come right through without touching your legs to the ground. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left foot forward. Feet together. Bow down with own humbleness. Come right to standing. Reach up and back. And come back home. Good. So, different variation. Raise your arms up. Stretch again. Just come down and bend your knees. Land your belly on your thighs and pull hands all the way up off your back. The face to the shins of your legs are straight. And then the right foot back. Lower down the knee. You can keep your toes bent under if it's easier. Into Kapyasana. The arms go back. Try to get them behind the head. And come back down with your hands. Into your high plank. Entry of your choice into upward facing dog. Push your elbows into the sides of the body. Turn the fingers out. And then through into downward facing dog. Right leg comes up, Ekapada Adho Mukha Svanasana. Step the foot between the hands. Back knee down again. Drop your seat all the way forward. Kapyasana. Raise your arms up. Shoulders come by the ears, but then you drop them down. So the head can go back and the arms go back a little bit further. Now swing your hands behind the back. If you can, without touching your fingers to the ground, hold your breath. The left foot comes in beside the right. Uttanasana. Come right up to standing. And then back home. Go up and back. Forward fold, belly on your thighs, swing your hands behind the back. Left leg back into Kapyasana. Again, you can keep toes bent under or flatten them out, your choice. Back into high plank. You can also go right into upward facing dog, however which you like. This thing also, you can, if you know the chaturanga, you can do that entry as well. Downward facing dog, melt the heart. Left leg up, step the foot between the hands. Try not to land the foot with a big heavy thud. Reach your arms back. Come forward, swing your hands behind the back. Belly on your thighs, the feet together, chest on your thighs. Come right to standing, reach up and back. Hands back to the heart. And again, raise arms up. Bury your mind deep in the heart. Watch God move with even more power and grace and ease. Push the belly into your thighs. Try to get your seat in line with your heels if you're more flexible. Legs straight. And then the right foot back. Kapyasana. And pull your arms down and back. Shoulders down. Arms go to the side, maybe behind the ears. Right through to upward facing, high plank. If you like, chaturanga. Lower down from the heels to the top of the head in one line, hovering above the ground. Through to upward facing dog. Back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Right leg up. Send the foot between the hands. Back knee down. Kapyasana again. Reach up and back. So be mindful of your shoulders. Be mindful of your joints. Protect them. Hands together and then body to your legs. If you can't do all these movements to full range, just do them to the extent that you can. And back home. Don't go to a place of pain or suffering. Remember the offering that you're making. All beings experience this through your body. Chest on your thighs, push your body back into your legs, get your legs straight, the arms over the shoulders, and then the left foot back. Kapyasana, reach up and back. And come back down into the high plank. Any entry you like, you come down into chaturanga or right onto your belly, into upward facing dog or cobra. If you're getting tired, back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Left leg up and step the foot between the hands. Back knee down, Kapyasana again. Reach up and back, stretch your toes all the way to the fingertips. Now swing
Your arms back, your belly on your sides. Uttanasana, chest on the thighs, head down. Come right up to standing, reach up and back. And then come back home. Take pause here for a moment. From the heart, inhale from the heart up to the crown. All the love goes up there. Hold the breath, imagine love going into all beings everywhere. Like the sun that shines down on everything. Exhale back down to the heart. We may establish a divine, unconditional love for all beings. And release the hands down. So we continue with some other poses, balance poses. So we're going to start on the left foot here. Anchor down to the left foot. Take the right foot up. Let's bring it into tree, Vrikshasana. So you can bring your foot on your thigh like so. Anywhere along the leg, just not against the knee, so that the knees tend to be unstable, so below or above. If you're having trouble bouncing the toes on the ground, more flexible, bring your knee up to the shoulder and bring your foot into your lotus. Edge of the foot along the top of the left leg at the hip crease. Okay, so if you like, you lean forward. If you have the lotus, bring your arm around the back. And you can use the left hand even to guide the foot to your hand and come back up. Oops, my hair's caught. And then bring your hand back to your heart. You can do that variation, or if your foot is in the regular lotus, or even if it's in the regular tree pose, go ahead. Arms come over the head. Lift the gaze. Keep reaching up as though you're the tree, reaching always for the warmth and the light of the sun. Good. Now from here, bring the leg back right into warrior three. I should be this way, so you can see. So make sure you're flat if you can, like you're lying on a table. From your toes all the way to the fingertips. If it's too much, arms up to this, bring your arms up to the side, or bring your fingers to the ground. Bend your left knee and come back up. Release the pulse. Try it on the other side now. Anchor down to the right foot, spread the toes like the roof to the tree. And bring your left foot up again, however you see fit, on your thigh or your lotus. Half lotus, bring your hands to the heart, and bring your arms up. Reach up tall. Wherever you are is perfect if you're offering up the pose. And do it with your effort and all your heart. It's all the benefits are going out to all beings everywhere. Then release. Come back into warrior three. Or airplane. If your arms are out to the side, make like a level flying airplane. Imagine you're lying on a table. Keep your left leg straight if you can. Reach the fingertips and the toes. And break the pose. Come back up. And then release. Charge the body. Turn the palms forward. Inhale. Press the best right up into the spine and up to the crown. Exhale, send it everywhere throughout. Send out to all beings. Ballet pose now. Standing on your left foot. Take hold of the heel from the inside. If you're having trouble bouncing, you can put your back against the wall or bring your fingertips of your left hand on a wall. Try to get your toes and your fingers on the same line. Maybe at the height of the shoulders, maybe even higher. Try to keep tilting to your left a little bit. If your leg is higher, if you flex the foot, it might be easier to balance. Lift the chest, look up. Embody the grace and the poise of a dancer. Be magnificent. Good. Now see if you can let go of the foot. But before you do that, engage your leg muscles. Hold the breath. Don't let go of the foot too fast, otherwise it will fall. Try not to allow the foot to come down. Good. Now from here, bring the left leg all the way back. Left hand to the ground. If you can, fingertips in front of your left foot, about 14 to 16 inches, Adho Chandrasana. If you need to break the pose in between, all good. Do your best. Fingers together, toes pointed, make the lines look nice and strong and sharp. Good. If you have good balance, you can look down. So you can take your left hand off the ground to the heart. Maybe even the right hand on the left. strength, bring the right foot back down, and then come back up. Or if you need to, bring your left hand to the ground first, and then bring your right foot down. So try it on the other side. Push down to the right foot, bring your left knee up. If you're having trouble straightening your leg, you can also hold underneath the knee. Okay, so you can hold, do whatever you can. Be like the witness, remain unjudging, whatever happens, just stand with it. It's just the gunas that are always shifting us to different states. Be unaffected, remember you're the witness, watching everything. Good, and if you can, hold the breath, let go of the foot very slowly, engage your leg muscles in the core so that the foot doesn't fall. Takes practice to swing. Good, and then swing a leg down. Turn. You don't have to turn, obviously. Let your fingertips come to the ground. The right fingertips about 14 or 15 inches in front of your 14, 16 inches in front of your right foot. Not too close, otherwise it's hard to balance. Turn to your left so you get your left leg up higher. If you want, you can bring your right hand to the heart. Make sure your hip is in line with your heel. Right hand to the heart. If you want, you can bring your left hand to the heart as well. Anjali Mudra. And if you can, bend your right knee, bring your left foot back down and come back up, or place your hand down first and your foot comes down. Now turn the palms forward. Inhale, Basabasagama, right up into the spine, up to the crown. Exhale, send it everywhere throughout. Good, so let's continue. Standing in the middle of the mat. So we're going to step or jump your feet out. You're facing the long edge of the mat, going to the left first. Turn your left foot forward, bend your left knee, Virabhadrasana. Be strong and steady like the warrior. Look over the front hand, enter into the warrior consciousness. Now bring the right arm up to meet the left, Virabhadrasana. Arms are straight, let the head go back. Look as though you are saying, I am yours, grant me higher devotion. Reflect the most remarkable trait of a warrior, the devotion, the steadfast, the loyalty to the people they serve. Now from here, come into another bounce pose. Slide your left foot forward. Come into angel. If you need to, you can keep your toes on the ground. Push your chest forward, the arms go back. Like the shoulders, the head goes back. Look like the messenger of God. Surrender fully to divine grace for divine service. Now bring the right foot back down, right into Parivrita Paschimottanasana. If you can, keep your right knee up. The right arm goes up, angle the toe in the knee towards left, towards right, so that the arm can go down to the left. The arm can be outside the knee. This way you can see. If you need to, you lower the right knee down. Right on the ground underneath your hip. Okay, then you bring the left hand on your right. Push very hard the left hand and the right. Try to get your belly over the thigh. So that the chest comes straight, thumbs and raise. Just keep on pushing your chest forward and up. Turn your face up towards the sky. If you have the balance here, once you're in the pose, you can lift your knee up off the ground. If you have a bind, you can see if you can get your right arm underneath your leg. Use your left hand to tap against the arm to get underneath your leg. Then your left arm can go over your back. Join your hands together. Pull on the arm. Bit by bit, even if you don't succeed the first time, keep on trying. And then one day, it will come. Break the pose. Bring the right knee back down. Go into Kapyasana here. Flatten out the toes. Push into your knee. Lean away from the leg, allow the head to go back. If this is where you need to stay, all good. If you want, take hold of your opposite elbows. So you can bring your head back into your arms. If it's still good, keep lifting your body up. So imagine trying to push everything up out of the hips, push the lower back up and in, your chest rises up. If you can, the full pose, hands together, wiggle the shoulders back, try to get your chest up. Fingertips eventually over the toes. Arch the back. Keep your arms straight if you can. Try not to bend the arms, and there's no crescent moon shape that looks that has a big kink in the line. So nice smooth curves. Break the pose. The hand comes the inside of the left foot. The left foot moves out to the mat. And doing this orientation, and then rock back and forth. Push off the toes. Try to get your hips to sink. Push one more time to the back foot. Lower the knee down. Flatten out the toes. The longer you are, the more eventually the body comes closer to the ground. So if your hips are low enough, fall onto your right forearm, your right hip. Roll back to your left. You want to have both sides of your hips equally grounded. Try not to allow the knee to fall away from the shoulder or the foot to slide out. So try not to tilt. Your leg is vertical. Your shin is vertical. And you try to keep on telescoping your head and chest forward. Once your belly, your hips are anchored down, the rest of the body might follow more easily. If you're flexible, bring your chest right on the ground. If you don't have much flexibility in your hips, keep on your hands, but keep on trying to drop your hips like you're doing a cobra. Okay, so lots of different options here. Move to the one that is suitable for your condition, your abilities. And then find the stillness, merge with the form. Now come back onto the hands. Display and lift the back knee. Turn towards the long edge of the mat and come all the way back up. Going on the other side now. Turn to the right. Virabhadrasana. Again, if you're more flexible, try to get to move over the toes, the back knee a few inches from the ground. Make sure your back arm is not dropping down. Keep it at the same height of the shoulders. Look over the front hand. Steady gaze, steady pose. Steadfast in your determination to serve, just like the warrior. Left arm comes up to meet the right. Virabhadrasana 1. Look up between the hands. Now from here, lean in the front foot. Hold your breath. Drag your left foot in. Arms go out to the side. Perhaps the toes float up. Otherwise, you keep them on the ground if it's easier for you to balance. Push your chest forward. Get a sense of body flight. Bring your head all the way back. Open yourself up. Be receptive. Good. Now bring the left foot back down. Payurvita Paskonasana. Slide your left foot back. If you need to, again, lower your knee down so your legs look like a box. Payurvita Paskonasana. That arm goes up, then out, and down to the left, to the right. Armpit on the other side, just against the outside of the knee. Your right hand pushes into your left. Don't stay trapped here. Keep pushing down your right hand to your left until the belly comes higher than the thighs, and the chest comes behind your thumbs. Roll the right shoulder back. And this is perfect right here, if you want to stay here. If you want to take the bind, move your seat back. Make sure your elbows in the space underneath your legs, and then just have to kind of bring your hands diagonal through. So push with your hand, right hand to get the left arm to go under, then the right arm can go over the back. Join your hands together. Lift the back knee if you can from the ground again, and pull on the arm. Try to get your chest open up to the sky. And to push you, the back heel extend through the crown. Break the pose. Back knee down, flatten out the toes. Kapiyasana. Push your lower back up and in. Push into your thigh. Lean back away from the thigh. Try not to crunch your lower back. Remember, try to keep the back body free of wrinkles. Other expressions of pose. Take over your opposite elbows. Allow the head to push into the arms. Or the arms are beside the head. Try to get the arms beside the ears. Wiggle shoulders back. You can get your arms further back. Lift the chest. As Dharmaji says, keep practicing your downward facing dogs. Eventually you'll get there. Lift. And in every sense, to set the sights Set your sights high in every sense. Keep moving forward in every sense as well, spiritually, mentally, and physically. Now break the pose. Prepare for lizard, Pristasana. The right foot moves out to the edge of the mat. Lift the back toes and just rock back and forth, pushing off the base of the toes. Try to get your hips to sink. Again, imagine you have weights in your hip pockets. Push back to the left foot, so lower the knee down, flatten out the toes. And if you're low enough with your hips, fall to your left, roll back to your right. You're trying to get your back lower than the knee. Even if you stay on your arms, your hands, keep on trying to telescope your head and chest forward. The more you lengthen, the more the body will come down. If you're flexible and your hips are way down, try to get your pelvis and your belly and your chest come down. Your right shoulder eventually resting on your foot. Be still like a lizard. If you imagine where that body is at ease, that being is at ease, perhaps you too will find it. Connect with them on every level. It is said that spiritual knowledge can truly only be imparted psychically. So tune your mind to the higher minds, to God, and you become one with God. Now, getting ready to break the pose, come back onto the hands. Let's go into high plank. So standing firm on your hands, your wrists underneath your shoulders. Let's go into side plank. Move your left hand more to the right under in front of your nose. If you're starting to drop into the shoulder, hips are sagging, bring your left knee down and do it from here. Okay. You want a straight line from hand to hand, from heels, the feet to the head. Come back to plank. It helps to have your hand a little bit in front of the shoulder to remind you to keep pushing into the ground. So you're trying to push the floor away. Push your hips forward. Good. All right, come back into Thunderbolt here. Next one, we're going to try maybe doing wild thing and going from there into other variations if you know them. Otherwise, you can stay with the same variations. If you're doing it on your knee, you can lift your leg up and see if you can take hold of the foot. So that's an option. If you're doing the full pose, you want to try the other variations, slide your right toes back. You have to turn on your foot so your toes are on the same line as the rest of your leg. Push your pelvis all the way up. Notice how extended my arm is. Your hand is all the way like quite in front of the shoulder. So you take your weight up off your right foot more easily. You have to push your hip up and try to keep your left leg more straight. Inside edge of the left foot is also down. So go ahead. See if you can try this. See if you can get even your foot up off the ground. You can get your foot off the ground. Bring the knee up towards your body. Take hold of the knee. More flexible, take hold of the foot. Break the pose. Spin back on the foot. Come back to plank. Try it on the other side now. Come into your side plank first. And then start to turn. Slide your left foot back. At the same time, you're turning on your right foot. Make sure your foot's not turned too much. This will get you to flip out of the pose. So your toes fall on the same line as the rest of the leg, no more than 30 to 45 degrees. Push your hip all the way up again. Try to keep your right leg straight. Push the inside edge foot down. See if you can take your left toes up off the ground. Bring the knee way up towards your belly. If you can, take hold of the knee or take hold of the foot. You have to really push your hip all the way up. Lock the arm and your right leg. Break the pose. Come back into plank. From here, seat all the way back. Bend your knees. Jump to your hands. Come into a squat. Back so you can see. So now Kakasana. Or Bakasana if you have that. Bakasana, your arms are straight. Kakasana, your arms a little bit more bent, like the short legs of a crow. Plant your hands in front of the feet, turn your fingers out a little bit. Lift your seat, lift up on your toes. Squeeze your arms by the legs and legs into the arms. Shoulders are by the knees. Hold your breath. Shoulders are over your fingertips, and so you can pull your toes away from the ground. Your legs are like a shelf. Your arms are like a shelf for the legs to sit on. You're doing Bakasana, your arms are straighter. Your knees come into the armpits. As you move forward, your shoulders over your fingertips, your shins start on your arms, backs of your arms, and then you lift up. Now, whether you're in crow or crane, if you want, you can bring your head down into teddy bear. So if you're into crane, you have to bend your arms a little bit, push the arms into your legs and vice versa, and then tilt your chin into your chin into your chest so you can get your forehead on the ground. And as you move your seat up more over your shoulders, you'll be more on the top of the head. And then if you want, you can take your legs all the way up if you're able to, if you're comfortable in that transition, or even keep your legs bent. One leg in front, one leg in back. Flex your feet, keep your feet above the height of the hips. Bend your legs quite a bit. This is what helps you find the stableness. This is the most easy position to hold the pose. If you don't want to, if you're in headstand, you can stay there. If you don't want to go in from that transition, you can also just start with your hands on the ground, or you can hold your opposite elbows underneath your shoulders. It's a nice one because it doesn't have as much pressure on the head. So don't move your elbows. Once you're underneath your shoulders, just move your hands forward and place your head between your palms. Lift your seat, walk your feet towards your elbows, and so you can get your heels up. Try to get your hips higher. If you feel comfortable, bring one leg all the way back behind your body. Keep your foot close to your seat. That's the foot that's behind you. Push into your forearms so you can pull your toes in front away from the ground. Keep pushing to the floor with your arms. As you push more through the foot that's in back, your feet will come back in the same line again, same height at the hips, and this is what helps you keep the balance. Everything takes practice. Don't expect to get into the pose the first time. This makes the mind restless. Remember, yoga, the second thread, is the cessation of the mind activity. And then come back down, child's pose. Breathe in, breathe out. Roll your way up. Find your way onto your back. So you might need to scooch the front of the mat. Rolling back into plow pose. So if you can't get your legs up easily at first, your legs up high enough, push into the ground, the floor, with your arms and sort, and then so you can lift your seat up. So keep on doing it. Develop the strength. Get your seat up high enough so you can bring your hands eventually on your seat and your feet go behind your head. It doesn't matter if your feet don't touch. Keep your hands on the back if that's the case. If you can get your seat higher, move your arms all the way behind your body, shift to one side, try to get your arms all the way back so you can't see them from front. And then bring your hands onto your back. Now you can stay here, or you can come to shoulder stand, bring the right leg up, and then the left leg. Stay nice and tall. Bring your chin should be with your chest. Your toes eventually in the same line as your shoulders. If you have a lotus, you can go ahead. Use your hands to help if you need. And then, if you're in lotus, try to get your knees higher than the hips. So you keep your hands on your back, or bring your hands onto your thighs. And use your hands to guard your knees up a little bit higher. Wherever you are, stay in stillness. Keep your attention on the space between the eyebrows. Nothing to do, nowhere to go but deeper within, beyond the body, the mind, and the emotions. Remember, these are not you.
Hinge at the hips. If you have a lotus, you can keep your lotus. Wrap your arms around your legs for Pindasana, the full pose if you like. If you don't have a lotus, come back to plow. Feet behind your head. You can also bring your thighs against your body, knees on either side of the head. Go deeper within by shutting out all the inputs coming in through the eyes and ears. Hands behind the back, palms down, start to lower down. Do it slowly. Keep pushing your arms throughout the descent. Keep your legs close to the body as long as possible. Eventually, if your hands are behind your back and the palms are down, the seat will land on the wrists. Bring your legs down, stop when you're halfway. Good. So now from here, breathe very fast. Make the belly jump again. Now lift your back up off the ground by pushing your forearms, bring your elbows closer. You can shift a little bit, make sure you're staying on the wrists. Lift the chest, down the top of the head to go back on the ground. If it's too much, keep your legs up, bring your legs down. Fish pose, breathe very fast again. Lower the legs down, release the pose, breathe in, breathe out all fatigue. Good. Now from here, sit up any which way you like. Let's do Kurmasana. Bring your feet so that the heels are forward, so the heels are on the outside edge of the mat, about 2 feet apart. Slide your hands underneath your legs. Take hold of the feet on the outside, close to your heels. Alternatively, you can keep your hands inside and hold it like this. Try to get your chest down lower and lower. Try to get your shoulders lower than the knees. So, pull on your feet. Try to get your head in line with your heels. If you're flexible and your shoulders are already down, close to the ground, maybe you can take your arms back for the full pose. So for the full pose, the fingers are facing back, the arms are close to the body. Your legs a little bit closer in, a little bit. Your heels a little bit, not quite the edge of the mat, maybe a little bit inside, so that your legs can rest closer to the shoulders. If they're close to the elbows, they might not be comfortable. Breathe in from the base of the spine all the way to the crown, a long breath. Exhale back down to the base of the spine. And then take the tortoise, even in its, even wherever you are, just trying to lengthen your breath. Promote longevity of life through long breaths. A calm mind, a calm state of mind. Now break the pose. Come back out. Bench pose, hands behind your back, slide your feet in a little bit. Push your hips all the way up, let the hips go back. Breathe very fast again. Roll the seat down. Cross the ankles. Come onto your shins. Stand on your knee, on your shins. Bend the toes under. Hands on the seat. Push into your seat. Pull down. Lift the chest. Allow the head to go back. Push your hips forward. If you want, you can lean back. Shoulders go behind your feet. Take your right hand to your right heel, left hand to your left heel. Lock your baby's fingers together and push your hips forward again. Rapid pose. Lift the chest, allow the head to go back. If it's too much, keep your hands on the seat. Stay a little bit more upright with your hips in line with your knees. Just lift your hearts. Bring your shoulders back behind your feet again. One hand at a time, back on your seat. Push into your seat, pull down, and come back up. Good. Hands in front of your underneath your shoulders. Cat-cow a few times. Inhale. Exhale.
Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Come back up. One more. Flatten out the toes if you like, or stay with your heels bent under. You can do Ustrasana this time, camel, or the same one, rabbit. Bend back, or go back a little bit. Hands on the heels. Again, the same pose. Or if you're doing camel, the feet are flat. The hands can be on the soles of the feet. Your hips in line with your shoulders. Your hips in line with your knees. Lift the heart. The heart is the highest point on the body, like the hump of a camel. The head goes all the way down and back. Hands on the seat again, one at a time. Push into your seat, come back. Bring your seat down on your heels, forehead down, and on the back if you like, with cupped hands or fists or flat hands. Come back up, bring your legs on the front, legs straight. Left hand on the outside of the right shin, right hand behind your back, or at the center of the back. Inhale, push the lower back up and in. Turn to the right, make sure the heels stay together. If one starts to go forward of the other, try to push the foot that's behind to meet it. Chest is open. Look over your back shoulder. So try not to lean back. This doesn't do much for you. Keep your back straight as you twist and look vertical. Go to the other side now. Left hand on behind the center of the back and against the back. Push your lower back up and in. Inhale, sit tall. Turn to the left. Look over your left shoulder. Stretch. Get tall. And then push into your shin. Go deeper. Come back to the front. Lie down on the back. And then just relax everything. Go into a state of stillness and surrender. Surrender all efforts. So you can be fully receptive to receiving the fruits of the practice. Everything coming to you now as a result of you offering up your efforts. The best coming to you. And everything that you receive, be grateful for. Imagine it's coming from all beings around you. If you imagine that, remember that all beings have an equal portion of God within them. All beings are good and loving and deserving of love. So be grateful for what you receive from them. Direct it right to the spiritual heart. Imagine it all flooding in and going right to the spiritual heart where God resides. Make an offering to God. And you give back. Continue to give back by remembering that God is in all beings. So everything you share with God will go out to all beings as a result. Keep in mind of offering everything. And then you eventually become more aware of your actions, thoughts, and words and where they're coming from. What you present to beings, to all beings around you, you're more mindful of. So ensure it's all coming from a place of love and compassion and peace. So
that intention firmly ingrained in our mind to offer up always the best that we have, our best intentions, our best thoughts, loving words. Carry that now into your day-to-day life. Come back to seated position in a way that is gentle, that is quiet, that is reverent. We'll close with Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Instill the peace within, send it to all beings everywhere. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be reset with the grace of God. All is within. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining. If you feel you need, of course, you can do more Shavasana if you like to allow the benefits to further integrate. Thank you so much for joining again. Much love to all of you. See you soon. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody.